And then back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block. James out of nowhere, skies to the rim. Oh, Boyd took the advantage and played off from inside the center square. Boyd kicked the goal. Boyd kicked the goal from inside the center. Here's Aloisi for a place in the World Cup. He's hands right back up. Big head kick. Down goes Thompson. It's over.
Live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. A little bit more pleased with my football side this week. They gave it a red hot crack, so that's all you want to see. I mean, yeah, look, so looking forward to the draft. I can just say that. But it's getting to the pointy end of the season, and a couple of big results on the weekend. Brisbane
Definitely.
knocking off Collingwood, that was a big one. And then big news today, Simon Goodwin is out of here. He's gone. See you later. He's been sacked. They didn't even train today. They just played soccer. And then it was an easy day at the office. They had a game of soccer. That's what I was seeing on the news report. And then they just off they went. So let's see who they bring in. And other than that, we had our boy Piastri being absolutely robbed. We'll talk about it when we get to F1. Should have extended his lead at the top, but no. I think he's lost his lead. I think Lando might have jumped him, or
He's 9 points clear still.
yeah. So he's right there. He's right there. This could, you know what? I'm sensing that there's going to be a moment. How many more races is there to go? How many more? 5?
There's still like 8.
8 races. There's going to be a moment in a race where something happens between Piastri and Lando.
Oh, 100%.
I'm just saying.
100%. And excuse me, I'm a bit under the weather. I don't know if it's been the wind and the heat the last couple of days. It's been a bit milder. I don't know. I suffer from hay fever, so I sound a bit shithouse. I got my sexy phone caller voice for those listening, audio only.
Might have to record a couple of new promos, Doma.
Yeah.
You got this voice.
My new sponsor is Sexyland, so we'll see how we go. I'll be muting so much during this to cough and sneeze, I can guarantee you. But a few interesting things, like you said, Source, happening in the AFL world. I think the Simon Goodwin one, obviously we'll start with that, is probably the biggest news. It came as a bit of a shock at this stage of the year. I don't know if you've seen Gary Lyons' reaction to it on SEN this morning when Tom Morris told him and Tim Watson. He was actually he looked very uncomfortable in the clip on SEN. He looked very uncomfortable, and he was a bit surprised. Apparently, they've got an interim CEO, so the board led by the president, which is Brad Green. Apparently, it was spearheaded by him, allegedly. But they've got an interim CEO, and by all words, they've picked the new CEO, and the new CEO is meant to start in a couple of weeks. By all reports, Tim Watson was saying he's heard from multiple sources that the incoming CEO was not a fan of Simon Goodwin anyway. So even if they would have finished the season and do a off-season review, he probably wouldn't keep his job. So it opens it up.
Has he underachieved with the list he's had over the last few years after they've obviously won the flag?
Gary Lyon made a good point. He's only one of 4 coaches in the history of the club to win a flag. So regardless of underachieving or not, he's in rare air. He's in rare air. So I don't know.
True.
But yeah, they probably should have won at least another one. For sure. At least one more.
At least got to another granny. At least. Maybe you don't win it.
Yeah, their poor kicking let them down in all those prelims. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I don't know. Bizarre. I feel like there might have been some other coaches that would be getting sacked before him, but yeah, he's gone now. It'll be interesting to see who they bring in. There are a couple of suitors out there. I mean, if John Longmire is open to coaching, you go
No,
get him. He's
no,
no,
no. He needs to come to North Melbourne, not the coach. I was saying this to you on the weekend. We just need him at the club. All
need him
ex-North
at the
Melbourne
club. Or
guys, even Simpson, get them all at the club, mate. I want to turn North into a powerhouse.
well, you got to do something. Something has to be done. Because you just didn't have enough gas.
Yeah, but I think Nathan Buckley is the one that, if he's interested, that's what a lot of people have said. Throw the money at him to coach him, Melbourne. I don't know. It's interesting times ahead. Does a sacking keep Petrarca around for one more? Does he sign at the end of the year next year? I think he's out of contract again. He only signed 2 years. Clayton Oliver's practically gone. The other thing I heard as well, which was a very valid point, was if Max Gorn was to retire tomorrow, who would captain that squad?
Forney?
Again, fuck. If you had to look past him, I couldn't see anyone. Who's going to captain? You can't say Petrarca based off the way he acted in the off-season last year. It's interesting. I think they're a bit of a shambles, but you know what? They bounced back from their horrific start. So, yeah, I don't know. He got his send-off game because they belted West Coast on the weekend.
Yeah, look, they good performance by them. They did what they needed to do. They probably wanted to avenge that St Kilda loss from the week before, but they let it slip. But yeah, look, what can we say, Doma? These decisions, they happen. There's sackings pretty much every season. Yeah, on to the next bloke, and we'll see what they do going forward, how many of the players stay, how much of the list gets turned over. Yeah, look, Melbourne fans, who knows? Who knows? It could be a complete redo and building from the bottom, or they keep a lot of the guys and maybe they only lose Oliver and then they can rejig. But that would still be a big loss, because he's never quite reached back to that peak form that he had a few years ago, Clayton Oliver.
Yeah,
but he's still a handy player.
100% he is. Well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens, I guess. All right, let's get to the games for the week. The Thursday night game, Dogs win by 88 points over the Giants.
No one's seen that coming.
That was embarrassing.
Disgrace.
Aaron Norton looks like Wayne Carey at the moment.
I think just with that inconsistency, that's been there all year. And they had a pretty strong side. I mean, they're only really missing Toby Green. And they got pumped by that much. There was just no response from them.
They played in the granny last year, didn't they? GWS. Or Sydney?
No, Sydney.
Sydney, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just trying to remember.
Sydney lost to the Lions.
The Lions by a shot, I think.
Yes. So, yeah, look, I think I'm slowly, they'd won 6 in a row, but then they've got that game in them where they can just be pumped like that. So do we forgive them and do they build upon into finals?
They play us this week, so...
you'll play them into form, so they'll give them back their confidence.
Hogan
but they're 8th, you know what I mean? They could still potentially miss out if the Dogs, win the next few. That was a big win for the Dogs. We'll have a look at the ladder at the end, but
we definitely will.
Yeah, look, what can you say? Big pumping. No, I did not read that. I thought it would be within four goals.
I thought the same.
Something.
It was over at halftime. So, the Friday game, we had Adelaide defeating Hawthorn. That's another team.
Great match.
Another team in jeopardy, missing the 8 Hawthorn. especially playing the Pies this week. So the ladder, like you said, we'll have to have a look at it at the end of this segment. But mate, there's a lot of shit round games coming up this week, so should be the easy beats for the top 8 sides. As we said, Melbourne defeated West Coast by 83. Gold Coast slapped Richmond by 84. The Swans win by 14 over the Dons. Your thoughts on your game? I didn't catch anything from this one.
Look,
So
Sydney sort of, I don't know, they ran out of gas a bit in the fourth quarter in the second half, and we were able to sort of get it back. It was a low scoring, terrible weather, but, not good enough to get the job done in the end, but a lot better performance. And yes, Sydney just did enough. What can you say? But yeah, look, a lot better performance. Keep playing the young blokes, and I just hope that this all pays off for us, Doma, and it's not like it drags out like it has, say, with your club. I mean, it's dragged out with us already. Like, let's just not say, but let's point out the obvious. It's already dragged out. So you want to see a turnaround within sort of 2 seasons. What Scott's got another season. So let's see where it goes. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like we have a decent team when our whole squad's in there, but we're just still missing a few pieces.
you play the Almighty Cats this week at GMHBA, so good luck.
Yeah, and the line I think is 67.5, Dom. So they predict a 70-point drumming. Jeremy Cameron. I'll just say this: gamble responsibly. He's only a lot of bookies only having for six goals plus, and that's at 280 on Bet365. Gamble responsibly, and the only other bookie that I've seen has him for more, which you can back him for 9 plus at like $5.30. Is a bookie by the name of BetRight, and that's the only other one that I've seen. So gamble responsibly, back him for 6, back him for 9. He might kick 10 again this week. Jay Laverty will be his matchup, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it could get ugly.
I hope he does kick 10. We'll get to Jezza in a second. The next one, we had the Pies losing to the Lions by 27. The Lions showed up. They bounced back from the week before, so great performance by them. Logan Morris just dominated up forward for the Lions. So, 27 points. The Pies haven't been good the last month and a half. I still have faith in them to win the flag.
They'll win this week. They
need to bounce back. Well, they need to win this week. So it's a must-win game for the Pies for their top 4 hopes. Next up, we had the Saints defeating North by 9. We played 3 out of the 4 quarters, and the 1 quarter we didn't play was the second quarter, and it cost us the game. We let them right back in. So
fell asleep after a good.
That's all it was. Just
good start.
But the polish
started well.
But even the polish, like you were there, so you would have seen some of those running guns through the middle of the ground. The one that stands out in particular was trying to come back in, and the handball to Cooper Harvey, and the ball ended up behind him, like slipped through his hands. He would have been out, and they turned it over.
Well, he had it, Dom. They had the screen at the game, and he looked up the ground before he caught the ball. It was a good handball. It was straight to him.
Yeah.
Be able to make those plays, and then you're going inside 50. You did cop a couple of bad rough calls, lucky not getting the 50 late in the game, and then you ended up having to go off because he got hurt. And Finn O'Sullivan wasn't able to finish it off, but probably should have been 50 meters. Then there was a couple of other calls, but yeah, look, you didn't quite do enough in the end. But you just can't afford to go to sleep like you did in that second quarter, and then allow him to sort of get back into it. And then I just don't understand, how teams are just allowing Miliero to just do what he does. Like, he's so good. You can't allow him to burst out from stoppage. But then also he's smart, because sometimes he plays it when the stoppages become like, say, a bit deep, like, he'll sit off the stoppage and then be that guy out. And then the other guys are going in there and then feeding it out to him. And because he's so quick, he just runs off the back of that stoppage. He'll beat a guy and boom, he's kicking it, or he'll make a good decision because he's a good disposal of the ball, and he's pretty good on the left foot as well.
He's a good footballer.
Yes, Saints need to pay him. I think the word is could be $3 million for 2 years. Get him sign a 2-year contract and see if then they can convince him over those 2 years. And then if not, he might end up back at in Adelaide, maybe playing for Port or Adelaide. Who knows if they've got enough funds? But yeah, it was better from your guys. Better from your guys, but at the same time, it's also is against St Kilda. So
no Tristan Jerry makes. Like I said, we wouldn't win a game without him, and we haven't. So I would just go straight.
Can't take a mark around the ground to save his life.
No.
I like the bloke. He's a nice guy. I've met him and spoken to him, but you got to, as a big man, as a ruckman, you got to be able to around the ground, take a few grabs, help your team out. Maybe you get in there, get some, clearances in and under, get down on your knees as a big guy, feed it out a few times. You got to add a bit more to your game, mate.
No, for sure. I'll get to the last two. Dockers defeated Carlton by 27. The Blues win this for pretty much the whole game, and then Fremantle kicked away at the end. And the last one, the reason why I finished with the Cats is so we can talk about Jeremy Cameron. He kicked 6 in this one. Cats win by 88. And he moves to 75 goals for the season. He plays, obviously, the Bombers this week, then the Swans, and then he plays Richmond in the last round. So the way that it's looking, he could potentially, we'll say he kicks another 15 goals in the last 3 rounds if he averages 6. So, averages 5. That'll take him to 90 goals leading into the finals. So we could potentially see a forward kick 100 goals in a season that we thought we'd probably never see again.
He's still got a chance to get it in the regular season. If he kicks a big bag this week
he could genuinely kick 25 this week.
No, he might actually kick 10.
He could kick 10.
I'm not sure if you've watched the game on the weekend or seen parts of it. I've seen some highlights, but see some of the goals, his other teammates getting it, and then they give him the handball around the back so he can snap it and get one. And he got a couple of cheapies. They're looking for him. So they're well aware of it. And, if it gets to a point here in this Essendon game where they blow us out of the water in the first half and they're up 40 points at half time.
Yeah, they're just going to feed him the ball. 100%. He could kick all their goals.
And the bloke could kick 4 or 5 just in one quarter if he gets
when he turned it on against us, he did. So yeah, can he get to 100? And the best is like listening to the radio, and it's like, are the people going to run on? Let's just put it to bed here on the Double Coverage podcast.
Yes.
If he kicks 100 goals, mate, people are running on. I don't care if it's the regular season. I don't even care if it's in the grand final. The people are running on. You can't stop them. You said it wasn't going to happen for Buddy's 1,000th goal, and it happened. It's going to happen. You have not got enough security guards for the sheer volume of people at the MCG on grand final day to stop those people from running on the field. Like, it's as simple as that. You have no chance. You're going to have to bring in the military and surround the whole fucking oval if you think you're going to stop people from running on. Like, they're running on, and they should run on, and listen, if that's the only tradition we can hold on to into this sport outside of the centre bounce.
Oh, that's gone. That's gone. That's good as gone next season.
That was a joke, but like that's a tradition in the sport. We're going to get rid of another tradition in this sport, like the heritage. If he kicks it in the grand final, how good would those scenes be? It'll go around the world. The Buddy 1,000th goal went around the world when he kicked it. Just imagine a grand final. The headline would be like the Super Bowl of Australia. And then people running on the field. It'd be pretty sick to see. Like the grand final will probably go till 8:30 at night by the time they restart the game. But anyway, it is what it is. I think you can get. I think you can definitely do it.
I
Okay.
think he can get there.
I think
Or
so
he could end
too.
up on 99 like Fev.
Ooh, that'd be rough.
But obviously,
ulti-
if
The
you still do
ultimate
it in the
ending.
regular season, I've seen odds a while, couple of weeks back after the North Melbourne game or before the North Melbourne game, it was at $21 for him to kick it in the regular season, $5.50 for him to kick it including finals. So
The ultimate ending would be goal after the siren grand final day on 99. Kicks it, wins the grand final, 100 goals. Everyone runs on.
Cats fans, memory of a lifetime.
Now, I will never, like you and I, we wouldn't forget that ever. It doesn't matter who you support. It go down probably, if it came to a kick after the siren, it'd probably go down as the greatest grand final of our lifetime, to be honest.
Yeah.
And to see that happen in the grand final as well would be just out of control. But anyway,
We could dream.
we think he
So
can
you're
get
saying
it
the
done.
Cats are going to win it?
Oh, potentially. They're playing fucking really good, but they also are flat track bullies at the moment. They're beating up on some of the shittest teams. So, all right, let's get to this week. Hawks, Collingwood. We'll be watching this together on Thursday. That'll be nice.
Pies. Bounce back.
I don't tip against the Pies ever, even when they're losing. Cats versus Essendon, Friday night.
Oh, it's a tough one. Cats.
I can't believe how many fucking Friday night games you get. Saturday, Richmond versus St Kilda, MCG.
Ooh.
I'm tipping the Tigers.
Yeah, I was going to say, I reckon the Tigers can win.
Saints are $1.28 favourites.
That's ridiculous. They'd have Bolter playing this week. I'm not sure how bad Taranto's injury was. He could be back. Jeez. Gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. Tigers at the line. I'll go the Saints just to be opposite to you. I'm on the Miliera train.
Lions versus Swans.
Lions at the Gabba.
I'm going Lions as well. Carlton Suns at Marvel.
Suns.
I'm going Suns. Port versus Freo.
Fremantle.
I'm going Freo as well. GWS versus North.
GWS.
Yep, I'm going GWS as well. Melbourne versus Dogs.
Bulldogs.
I'm going Dogs as well. And West Coast versus Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Easy. Very nice. I'll get the ladder for us. We can have a look. We can put the predictor in as well, Source. And then if you want to have a look at some transfers, start getting that up.
I'll get that ready, mate.
I'm going to rest my voice, I think, for the next couple of segments. I'm battling here.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll go over the transfers. Got ya.
Old husky voice.
Here we go. Crows are on top.
There we go.
Crows are on top. Pies in second. The Lions in third. Geelong in fourth. Fremantle in fifth. Gold Coast in sixth. Hawthorn seventh. GWS eighth. And Bulldogs ninth. I don't think Sydney, who is below the Dogs, will be able to make it. They're only on 40 points. Dogs are on 48 points, sitting behind the Giants in eighth. And Hawthorn and Gold Coast, who are all on 52 points. So they're only one game out of them, but the Suns do have a game in hand, and that game is against Essendon, so they're going to win that. So there's a guaranteed 4 points for them. So I can definitely see the Suns making it. I feel like it's most likely going to be out of the Giants, Hawthorn, the Doggies, who roam around in that 7th, 8th spot and fill those out. And then as for the top, you've got Crows on 60 and the Pies on 60. So we'll see who can finish on top there. The Brisbane Lions can also finish on top. They're on 58. Cats on 56. Freo on 56. It's tight. It could jig around a lot. So Doma, do we have
Do you want the
do we
predictor?
have the predictor? Do we have the predictor?
Oh, it's got the Hawks missing out a percentage.
There you go. Predictor's got Hawks missing out on percentage. Doggies making it into 8th, where they get the run. They get the run, and they'd have to play the Suns in the first game. Oh, and it'd be
Jeez.
Collingwood versus Geelong, first round of the finals, top 1 versus 4th.
Man, that'd be a cracker. Well, to be fair, all those finals would be crackers.
Adelaide Crows are the favourite to win the flag.
That's all right. I don't think they can, but funny things have happened.
We'll see. Time will tell, Doma. Time will tell.
So I will definitely tell Source. All right, let's move on to some EPL.
Yes, so we've got big EPL starts in 2 weeks, Doma. So I think
We'll do a review next week. It starts next weekend.
Yeah, we'll do a review next week, but we'll go over a few transfers. So I'll bring up the good old Fabrizio. Got it ready. Got it ready, ladies and gentlemen. Got it ready. Don't you worry about that. Here it is. Thomas Partey. There you go. He's off. He's off to Villarreal. Then you've got Modric being revealed there to the Milan fans there in Milan. We are what's this? Neymar Jr. He plays for Santos now. If you didn't know that, Doma. Here we go. Burnley agreed to sign Wachkoko Kuku from Chelsea on a permanent deal, which is I said that completely wrong. Then you have Everton agreed a deal to sign Kieran Drewsbury Hall from Chelsea. So there you go. Rashford scores his first goal in Barcelona friendly against Daegu FC, Doma, already on the score sheet for Barcelona.
Good on him.
Chelsea, we already know that one. Any other here we goes? Who's this for? For Al Ali, Enzo Milot. I have no idea who that is. I'm not sure if you've seen this one, Doma. Son is out of there. He's won his title. Had a big press conference. He's off to LAFC. Obviously, probably getting paid an absolute shit ton of money, and goes completely against your theory that Inter Miami gets all the best players in the league. So it's good to see that a bit of the talent's gone spread around the league. You have.
I should have prefaced that by saying all the guys that played with Messi go to Inter Miami.
Yeah, it's true. The ball's there now. He's already got an assist in the League's Cup. Joel Paulinho is joined from Tottenham on Bayern from loan. What else we got here? And then I think we've seen these ones last week. So that's about it. Not a hell of a lot to report on from Fabrizio.
Of course, the big news, we won the preseason cup.
Congratulations. Might be the only thing you win all season. Is it triple or nothing? Or
I think I'm starting to believe.
You're starting to believe.
Well,
is he getting sucked in already? Too early?
Next Tuesday is the latest, as the last time I can triple or nothing before the season starts.
I'll have to text Manny and just get him to get in your ear.
I think I might. I don't know.
So just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, this would be the last 2 seasons we've had whichever out of our teams finishes lower has to buy the other 2 guys a jersey of whatever they decide. I'm going to get a pair of shorts and a jersey. So, soccer related, we just order it off a really good replica website, which Dom just referenced. And it's Dom's shout. He owes 2 because obviously Arsenal's been finishing second 2 years in a row, and Manchester United's been not very good, and they've finished below Chelsea 2 years in a row. So he owes me and Manny, but Manny might go triple or nothing, Doma. I don't know if I'd go triple or nothing. If Manny takes you up on triple or nothing, I'll let Manny bite the bullet. I want to take my win because look, even though I know
You feel
Arsenal,
sorry. You feel sorry for me.
I do feel sorry for you because I know we're going to be
Oh, speak
top
of the
two again
devil.
this season. Well, there you go. Heard his ears ringing. Manny, he's saying he might actually go triple or nothing. So he's got till next Tuesday to make a decision, which is when we'll do this next podcast, which will probably be Monday in your realm of the time zone of the world. He's going to make a decision. So get into his ear over the next week and tell him triple or nothing. I think I might bank my double or nothing. I'm thinking about it, but I'll see if he says okay to you, then maybe I'll jump on it because I know Arsenal's going to finish top 2. We might not win, but we're going to be right there. So you guys United will have to win it to beat Arsenal. Yeah, we just spoke about it, Manny. Rashford is gone. But yeah, look, convince him. Chelsea is going to be top 4. I like the confidence, Manny. I love the confidence, mate. May very well.
Well, Amaron reckons we're going to finish top 5, so that would mean we'd have to finish 5th.
And you'd still win, Manny.
We'll see.
Anyway, Doma,
I could risk it for the biscuit.
The round ball. All we've got to report. We'll talk a bit more about it when obviously it'll be good because the first obviously few rounds it's not daylight savings, so the times for some of the games are on at a very generous time. So we'll be able to view a few. Obviously switching over to Stan Sports if you're unaware here in Australia. It's officially now on Stan Sports. I'm gonna have to hook Doma up because I'll be leeching off him. So I gotta.
What do you mean?
We have to get the Prem. No, mate, I don't have Stan. I only have Stan because of you. You hooked me up with the Stan.
Yeah,
Sport.
well, fucking you hooked me up with the Optus Sport. So
yeah, right, heaps of years. This is what you got to do. You got to share it around. Get around the paying for fucking every subscription out there because you can't afford it.
Well, the good thing is Stan's now got the FA Cup, Champions League.
Well, they've got a lot. Yes.
That's a big win. That ticks all the boxes for us, mate. We couldn't give a shit about anything else except the World Cup. That's pretty much it.
Except the World Cup, which
is next year, which SBS should show every game anyway, so who cares?
There you go.
Happy days. And they show it all for free on a streaming service. So, anyway.
Oh, I can't wait.
Let's get to some F1 saucy.
It was a big race. Hungarian Grand Prix, was it?
It was. So what ended up happening? You got to talk me through this because I watched the first 22 laps and then I started falling asleep.
Yeah, so from what I understand, and look, I didn't watch the race, but I read some articles that Piastri was asked to obviously block for Lando, and then they allowed Lando to do a one-stop strategy, and made Piastri do a two-stop strategy because he was forced to burn his tires defending, the overtake from the guy behind, which I don't know who it was exactly.
He only lost by half a second.
One thing that was a guarantee out of that race was Leclerc, who polled, was not going to finish first. We always know he's the king of quali. Remember, he's the calling back in the day. He's been not as good most recently, but a few seasons ago, he was the king of quali, qualified like a house on fire, and come race day, it would go all down the gargler. Seemed that way a little bit by them. But, yeah, look, I don't know exactly, but that's just what I read about it. And obviously Piastri was not happy. He wanted to obviously extend his lead, and he could have been able to go past, but he took it on the chin, team orders, and did the team thing that they requested. Which in this game he's going to play the longevity game, Doma, because at the end of the day, if his team's going to be good and they've got good vehicles and they're going to be contending for the next few seasons, you've got to see you're getting paid well. You don't want to upset your employer, but obviously you're going to have to race harder next time and make sure that you're that lead car, because I feel like if Piastri was that lead car out of I'm not exactly, did Lando, what happened at the start? Did Lando get in front or?
No, it was Leclerc, Piastri, and then Russell actually overtook Lando at the start of the race. And then Lando ends up getting the position back. But yeah, Piastri was ahead of him the whole race.
Obviously, the one-stop strategy for him was the reason why he won the race. They allowed to do the one-stop strategy, made Piastri burn his tyres blocking, and allowed him to get a bit of a lead. Then get the one-stopper in.
Well, he only lost by, like I said, 0.7 of a second. So it was very close at the end. But then third, Russell was 22 seconds behind Piastri, so I'm not sure what ended up happening. I might have to go back and watch it.
Geez, I wonder if they raced it out and Piastri was trying to get him.
That's what I'm assuming.
There we go. Well, yeah, look, when you live in a shocking time zone and then it starts running into the AMs, the race, like you doze off and the race ends up watching you. This is what happened to Doma.
Well, there's no race now to the 31st of August, which is the Dutch Grand Prix. So
there's a bit of a break, and then what? There's about 8 races to the end of the season.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. Okay.
Still plenty of time.
Still plenty of time. Massive.
So,
it's going to be it's going to be a big last 10 races. It's going to be juicy.
100%.
One thing I'll say this for sure, if it comes down to the last race, we might have to do a live stream.
Off the grid's coming.
Yeah.
With a copyright infringement.
We'll actually have to do a live stream. If it comes down to the last race, Piastri, Lando, whoever wins the race, wins the title.
Like I said, with a copyright for our intro.
Well, we're not allowed. I might have to, if it comes back, you know what? I will try and make a new intro and something that may not be copyright and still have the sort of F1-ish theme to it. But we do get a copyright every time we use that intro, unfortunately, because it is an artist song that starts like that. But yeah, it just G's you up every time you hear it.
It's elite. All right, let's get to some UFC and then some hobby talk. So what do you got for us?
UFC on the weekend, we had Tiara versus Park, Tatsuzo Taira against Hoisong Park. Flyweight bout was UFC fight night. I'll bring up the results here. I've got it ready, Doma. I was prepared. He got the win with a submission in the second round. And then you had Chris Duncan defeating Matsu Rebiecki from Poland with a unanimous decision over the 3 rounds. Then you had Esteban Ribovacs defeating Alves Brenna over the 3 rounds. Carol Rosa defeating Nora Cornole, unanimous decision over the 3 rounds. Neil Magny defeating Eluzu Zaditsky dos Santos with a KO in the second round. And then Kevin Velos defeating Danny Silva with a unanimous decision over the 3 rounds. Then there was a few more down. Rinya Nakamura defeating Nathan Fletcher, KO first round. That's the start of the prelims. Go check out the rest of them. I'm just trying to see if there's any Aussies or anyone notably. Not really. But that was over the weekend. And then upcoming this weekend on the 10th, you got the Lids versus Hernandez. Main event, middleweight bout. And then Alex Perez against Steve Erceg, the Aussie. So obviously we're going for Erceg. I reckon he can get the win. He's a very good chance to get the win. Isman Lucindo against Angela Hill. That should be a good fight in the women's. And then Andre Fili against Christian Rodriguez. Miles Johns against Gene Matsumoto. Eric Anders against Christian Leroy Duncan. This is a pretty good card, ladies and gentlemen. So not a bad card, actually. Julius Walker against Rafael Chuquera. Elijah Smith against Tsushima Kazama. Jocelyn Edwards against Priscilla Cachoreia. Not bad. Urus Mendia against Gilbert Urbina and Gabriela Fernandez against Ulia Stoliarenko from Lithuania. I had to pause there because I nearly added in an extra that wasn't there. But it'll be a cracker this weekend, and check it out. The main card kicks off from 9 a.m. So it's an early one, and I think the prelims kick off from 6 a.m. So if you're up early Sunday morning, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. UFC Fight Night, the Lids versus Hernandez, which for the record, I think it'll be a good fight, but I'm going to go with the Lids, the Georgian, to win over Anthony Hernandez. But it should be close. Let's hope for a good fight.
Beautiful. All right, mate. Off to I'm just here to dominate the chat, says Splendor. Hello, Splendor.
I know you come at the perfect time. Welcome.
Time for hobby talk. What do you got for us, Saucy? You've always got something.
Hobby talk. Well, look, we have this weekend. I'm going to start with it. We have the North Melbourne or the Melbourne Card Fair down at the Big Plans here in Melbourne. So if you're around, check it out. There's obviously another card fair next weekend on the 17th in Coburg North. Collector's Choice card show. So this week and next week, there's 2 shows. Someone sent us a leaflet today. We will give it a share on our socials. I think we've got it. We'll share it out on our story of all the shows coming up just in Victoria. So there's obviously some in Geelong, and there's some other ones that are like a toy fair and stuff, and it has a mix of stuff. So people will have cards there as well as toys and other collectibles and things. So it's jam-packed, the calendar. And I just want to start by saying, like, it's so good that we've gotten to this point now where there's, so many shows, and there's obviously, new ones popping up, and we do want, to support shows as much as we can. We just hope that, we're supporting people that are doing shows for the right reason. We don't have another situation like Trialcon. We don't have another situation like what was the other one that was called? We always get it mixed up with the Melbourne Card Fair.
The Card Show Melbourne.
The Card Show Melbourne, that's right. And that was out at Cranbourne. That was by old mate Bundy from over the fence.
Yeah, crime burn. That's what he did. Fucking ran a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, big. Oh, good old Katie Bundy, mate. You cooked it, brother. But look, we hope that these new shows popping up. We are obviously supporting people that are doing it for the right reasons, and I just hope that they things keep rolling on. I mean, as I said, we're always very appreciative for the amount of shows we have here, and I think look out for the little post that we'll put out. We'll share it on our story. Dom has got it, and it had we ripped it off someone else, and it's got their at there. We're not going to take it away there, so you'll see who posted it and they put it together. So it was props to them. But just start off by saying it's amazing. So this weekend, next weekend, and then there's a few more after that. We'll obviously talk about them as weeks go by, what's on this week. And then other than that, Doma, I had one thing to show people here. I just want to bring it up. I was not prepared with this one.
Manny, if Manny's keen, I'd love to hear how the National is, considering he's there at the moment. Splendor, are you there as well?
All right, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if you see this. Fanatics Collect shared this, and it says this, right? He spent $35,000 on Pokemon boxes trying to pull his dream card. FaZe Kaysan turned heads in the Pokemon world earlier this year when he spent a jaw-dropping $35,000 trying to pull one card, the Umbreon X Special Illustration Rare. Title today is the day not ending until I pull the Umbreon. The stream stretched across 3 days and peaked at 34,000 viewers. For Kaysen, it was about the thrill of the chase and feeling of pulling it himself. When he finally did on live stream, it was all worth it. It was all worth it, he says. And for that, for spending 35,000 when you could have just bought the card for like a couple of thousand, you, sir, are a lemon.
But it's all
Phase
for the thrill source. It's 35 grand well spent, if you ask me.
Look, I understand it's all paid for by his streaming, and he probably makes a shitload of money. He's part of the FaZe clan. If you're not familiar with what the FaZe clan is, if you've never gamed or been into the gaming sector, if anyone who's gamed would know what FaZe clan is.
It's just a bit smaller than our channel, so yeah.
Yeah, just a bit. And they are obviously massively loaded, and they sponsor a bunch of gamers. So, yeah, KSM would probably have loads of money to blow, and probably made back a bunch of money from posting that clip onto YouTube, from ad revenue and that. So, nonetheless, you're still a lemon. 35,000 when the card's worth a few thousand. I think 3,000 or 4,000 for like a PSA 10 in that card. I think don't prosecute me if I'm wrong on the exact number. Prices are always fluctuating, but
you're a peanut.
You're a lemon. You're a straight up lemon. The amount of the great collection you can even bought with that 35,000 instead of spending that all on one set just to pull one card. Just crazy.
Money. They have my money, he reckons. Just coming to the States and telling no one. Could be coming again. Who knows? I just wouldn't tell you.
Oh, wind him up. Yeah. So look, that's all I had, and then I didn't really follow. I have a lot of stories this week.
I have something small for once. I actually bought cards. Yes,
you bought cards.
I bought cards. Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. The guy that never buys cards bought cards, and I'm going to show them off because I was at I went for a drive with the family to Gisborne. They got a craft market, food market, whatever, every first Sunday of every month. And one of my clients that has a coffee van, she was working there, was like, you should come down. It's a really good market. I'm like, yeah, all right, awesome. So we're going there, and there was a couple people there actually that were selling like Pokemon cards, ridiculously priced. I was like, nah, not keen on that. Anyway, there was like one section where there was one lady. She was like a trash and treasure lady. She had like vinyl records. She had like pins, badges, and then just sitting there in like this little wooden little tub were some footy cards. And I seen these cards, and I'm like, I've never seen these before. Like they were the Coca-Cola Team Classics. I don't know much about the card. I haven't done much research on them, but sitting in this box, there was four sets. So it comes in a set of 16. It's one player from every team. Obviously, there's 18 teams now, but in the old style, it was only 16 with our Gold Coast and GWS. And I'm like, oh, how much do you want for one of these? She's like, oh, $2 for the set. I'm like, I'll take all 4 sets for $8. So I picked up one. I'll give you one of these, Sauce, when I see you on Thursday. Because I had a look at the players that were in there, and I was like, mate, it doesn't get much better than this. So West Coast, Peter Matera. Yeah, it's a nice looking card. Sydney, Paul Roos.
Old school.
Robert Harvey for the Saints. Who else is there? Tony Free for Richmond. I'm not sure who he is. The King coming out of the cubicle, Carey. Gary Lyon. There's a good player source in this set. It just shows the time, mate, how good the players were back in the day. Jason Dunstall, the Chieftain. There he is. Gary Ablett Sr.
Very nice.
Matthew Burden for the Dockers. Danny Southern. Big Dougie Hawkins for Lions. Here you go, mate. James Hurd.
Good.
Buckley. Kernahan.
And what's on the back? Is there anything on the back?
Yeah. It's got a bit about the player.
Okay.
So, like, most wins in a season at the time. A bit about the coach. It's Robert Walls, obviously, who recently passed away. This one's Alistair Lynch, Brisbane Bears. Yeah, Walls is on the back. It's pretty good. It says when he joined the league. It's just a bit about the player. It must have been like a promotional thing. And then the last player was Godra. So,
There you go.
not bad. Picked up a fair few of them. So,
Very nice.
just something different, mate. I've never seen it before.
Bring it back, Domo. Which one was that?
Which one?
That one. There we go.
Oh, yeah, you're going to go. Yeah.
Well, when I went out shopping with the family, I walked into Target and I seen it. Like, I'd seen the packs there, and I was like, you know what? I haven't ripped the basketball packs for a while. I'll buy a few. $8 a packet, Dom. These used to be $6 a packet just a couple of years ago. $8 a packet, Australian.
So you spent what? $32 there.
$32, right? And I'm probably going to pull less than $3 worth of cards in here.
100%.
So I've bought 4 packs. We'll let it rip. This is to end the show. Watch me pull absolutely nothing. I'm looking forward to the next AFL release, which should be a belter. So that will probably be the next time I might rip something decent. Bridges, Mike Conley, Grant Williams.
There we go.
Rookie, KJ Simpson, rated rookie. Look, nice. Look, I like the design. Rated rookie, they're always good, so we'll keep that one. Oh, there we go. Got one for the binder, bomb squad, LeBron insert. I'll take that.
Well, there's your $30 back.
Well, hey, someone would pay $5 for that for sure.
Yeah.
There you go. I may have made me money out of this pack, and then the rest are just rubbish. Next pack. All right. We're just gonna skip through it.
more like a brick squad. What have
You wouldn't
done?
believe it. You wouldn't believe it.
No, you fucking.
You wouldn't
haven't.
believe it.
You were the pack.
You wouldn't
god.
believe it.
You are the pack god.
You wouldn't believe it. I've hit a fucking auto. Don Boosie. Who the hell is Don Boosie? I don't care who Don Boosie is, but I've hit the chances that I hit an auto. The chances. What are the chances? I bought 4 packs, bro. I bought 4 packs.
You are officially the pack god. Every time you open shit on this podcast,
I definitely need a spoon. I need to spoon that corner. I need to spoon that. I better contact Otius.
Well, FedEx it to Manny. Manny can go give it to him in person.
Don Boosie. Who the hell is Don Boosie? Boosie is a legend in the state of Indiana. He shined at high school and college level before going pro with the Pacers in 1978 as a rookie at the guard. The guard played 77 regular games, 14 playoff contests as the team clinched its 3rd ABA championship. Don Boosie.
You were genuinely the pack god.
Hey, look, one thing I'll say, the younger generation, learn. Make a decent auto. It's nice.
That is nice.
Better than some of the crap you see these days.
Uncle Kurt
There you
lives
go.
like an hour from me, says Manny.
Devin Carter, rookie. And a bomb squad. Donovan Clinigan. Who is this guy? Who's this guy? Does anyone know? Who is he?
No.
And just base, which we'll put to the side.
Well,
All right,
you're
two
up
more
to about
packs.
$10. We'll say you're on $10.
Oh, that auto would be worth a couple dollars.
No, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
So we've got a Cody Williams rated rookie. And then we've got a, very nice, Dalton Connect green laser.
That's $3. You're at $13.
There we go. Someone might pay for that.
I'm just being
And then
generous.
the rest, just base. And last pack. I the fact that I've hit an auto, I'm happy. I'm happy
That's
about
all.
it because when you really think about it, the chances of you hitting that auto is so low, even though it's a dud. Terrence Shannon Jr. showed some promise, a little bit of promise this season.
Manny
And
said,
then we've got, this is another one for the binder.
Kelly's trying to do the Aussie accent right now because of you guys. Well, don't copy mine, Kelly, because mine sounds like shit at the moment.
Pass the rock, insert,
Here you
SGA.
go. That's
I'll
$3.
take that.
You made $1
we
profit
go.
with that.
I'll take that. And then, there we go. And then we've got a LeBron base to just round it out. There it is, mate. There we go. And I would say, look, the hits of the would be the Pass the Rock SGA, the Bomb Squad LeBron, and then I would say you got the Dalton Connect green laser of the packs, and then obviously clearly the most obvious hit of the lot, the Don Bussy auto signature series. I just what can I say?
What? She said you sound like you didn't take the shot. Oh, well, I took it, and that's probably the reason why I'm like this, to be honest. Could get lemon of the year. I thought you were going to open another pack or something.
No, sleeve it up. Sleeve it up.
Sleeve that up.
Sleeve it up. Put it in a top loader. The corners are absolutely cooked.
Spoon them down. You got the Kurt's card care kit.
I do have the Kurt's card care kit.
So, anyway, a bit happening in the hobby here in Australia. Oh, yeah, it is the shot. Well, there we go. We'll get pulled down off YouTube now for just those two comments. So
Be
we'll
careful.
talk.
Big Brother's watching.
Yeah, Big Brother's always watching. So, late arrival. Hello, cross up. You are cooked, says Manny. Bloody earth I am. Don't worry. The positive thing is I get to see Saucy in the flesh on Thursday, and hopefully I'm feeling better. Uncle Donnie is watching. Uncle Donnie, as in Donald Trump.
Matty, you're a clown.
He sits in front of me and watches me every day, mate. There he is. Is it funny that he's sitting next, like I've got it on a stand next to a sumo? Is it funny that my Donald Trump card sits here next to a sumo wrestler? It's pretty funny. Anyway, that's it
I've
for
got a
us.
hole ready to go just in case I get a bit thirsty.
Yeah, it's what, a decade old.
Yeah, it's old as. Just sits there. It's from the Heineken Museum.
Oh, anyway, that's it from us. I'm cooked.
We're rambling on. That's it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Got the Don Bussy auto in the rip. Donna showed us off his nice cards. We didn't have a hell of a lot to talk about. Hobby talk. You know, National has come and gone. We weren't at the National. If we were there, we'd give you our experience, talk about it. We're not there. We'll have a bit more to talk about next week because I'm going to go to the Melbourne Card Fair. So if you're going to that, see you there. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been double coverage. Keep living, loving, and breathing, I should say. See, I don't usually do this, Doma, so you've put me under the pressure. Breathing all sport. Peace out. Catch you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking All Sports, Double Curve.